be demonstrating waffles with Mrs. Sauer. I have already pre-measured all my ingredients to make the video a little bit shorter. I have my hair up, I have my apron on, I've washed my hands, I've begun the rules of cooking. I took out all my equipment, my ingredients, and then I measured everything. So I have, I'm gonna double check, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Please make sure I can see the piles, that way I know that you didn't make a mistake. So I have a 1.5 cup. I have 1 tablespoon of our granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which is going to be our leavening agent, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1.25 cups of milk, eye level. On a flat surface, you want to bend down to get that. 1 egg cracked into a custard bowl, along with 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So just remember, with the vegetable oil, it's kind of like vanilla. Pour it very slowly all the way to the tippy top, because you're going to need those 3 full large tablespoons of the oil for these waffles. So I've measured everything, and then I have the rest of my equipment here. So this is going to be a 2-day recipe. Could it work in 1 day? Possibly. Okay, but I want you to have enough time to be able to enjoy the waffles in class on day 2. So we're gonna put the ingredients together, the dry ingredients together, and then the wet ingredients, and then on day 2, we're gonna bring them together. It says, in a medium-sized bowl, using a wooden spoon, combine the dry ingredients, which is the all-purpose flour. So I'm gonna bring all the flour together now, and I'm gonna carefully add it to my medium-sized bowl. My granulated sugar, my brown sugar, I'm gonna break that up before it goes in. My baking powder, my leavening agent, it's gonna make the waffle rise. And then my salt. And it says using a wooden spoon. That's not a wooden spoon. A wooden spoon. I'm gonna mix that all together. I'm gonna mix that all. Just go with it, Mrs. Sauer. Just go with it. So you want to go nice and slow, so your mixture doesn't come out of the bowl like it did on your teacher. Nobody's perfect, definitely not me. Okay, so I've done that, so somebody would have done that. It then says for number 2, carefully pour the dry ingredients from the medium bowl into our large plastic bag. So that's it. Now what you want to make sure is you get the ingredients actually in here. So this actually is not going to fit. So the safest thing for you to do, this is what I suggest, is putting it all back on your piece of wax paper, getting the help from somebody in your group. I'm a one-woman show, you know that. And I'm gonna take and lift that all into the bag. And this will be labeled with your period number and your lab number. So that is that mixture will probably go into your group bin, or I will take it off to the side. And then somebody else in a large bowl, using the wire whisk, you're gonna put together the milk, the egg, and the vegetable oil. So the milk, the egg, and our vegetable oil. And we're gonna use the whisk and whisk it, and then we're gonna end up putting it into a container. Make sure you break that egg up. Now this is, so we're gonna mix this, or I'm gonna mix this, and then it's really just gonna settle overnight, and you may have to mix it again on day 2. But this makes it so you don't have to worry about doing any of the measuring on day 2. All you're basically gonna do is heat up the waffle machine, and then put the dry ingredients together and the liquid ingredients, and then make the waffles and taste them. And it should become a little frothy. It's gonna have bubbles. And that's it. So we're not using the electric mixer for this. That's what it should look like. But like I said, okay, it's a little frothy. Okay, like I said, it's just gonna go into a container. This will be labeled, hold the bowl, or container. Get all of that mixture in there. That would be going to the dishwasher cleaner. Be careful when you're putting the container top on. Okay, and that is day 1 of waffles with Mrs. Sauer, and I'll be back in a moment to show you day 2. So here is day 2 or part 2 of our waffles. I have my waffle iron plugged in. I have it on between a 3 and a 4. I've never used the machine before, so this is just a trial as far as what number you should put it on. Okay. What I am going to have you do, so you're going to have your liquid ingredients and your dry ingredients. You're going to make sure you have all your materials out. You're going to call me over to check as usual. You see, I even have the book out because I wasn't sure on how to use it. So the best way to get this into your bowl is I'm going to put all the ingredients to one side. I'm going to clip the opposite side. I'm going to make sure that goes over there, and then I'm going to pour all those dry ingredients into my large size bowl. Okay? Then I'm going to re-stir that together, and it says to make, I have my whisk. All right, so I'm just going to use my whisk because it's already been stirred, and I'm just making a well in the center, which is just a little hole in the center. And I'm going to add my liquid ingredients. This really doesn't have to be stirred. You may want to stir it. I just did this a minute ago. I'm just redoing the video or continuing with the video today. I'm going to pour it into the center. I'm going to put my temperature up because I didn't want it to start getting a burning smell in here. So I put it up to 4, and it has a power button that is red. It will then go green when it's ready. I don't think it needs cooking spray, so I'm going to see what happens. I'm not sure how much batter should even be going in. I should have tried this without the video first, but I'm just going to go with it and see what happens, okay? I'm then going to stir this all together using my whisk. Now what you're going to notice is that the ingredients are going to get stuck in the whisk. All right, so you're just going to tap it and get it out. So waffle batter, you actually do want smooth. And we're going to use, I think, a 1/2 cup measuring cup to pour the batter onto the waffle machine. So these are going to be Waffle Sticks. Right, so I just got these new machines, 1 for each group. So I'm hoping that these are going to work well. So pancake batter, you would want some lumps. Waffle batter, you actually want smooth. So we're going to mix it until it's smooth. So I see that my green button says that my machine is ready. I know usually you don't want to overfill the waffle machine. I'm going to open it. Hoping you're going to be able to see if I know how to open it. Oh, you press the button, open. Now remember, this is going to be very, very hot. I'm going to fill it about 3/4, and then I'm just going to pour. I'm going to go a little bit more. Scrape the bottom. So like I said, this is trial and error. We're going to see what happens. Go a little bit more. It's usually it may overflow. And then I'm assuming the green light went off, and when the waffle sticks are ready, the light's going to go back on. All right, so I'm going to have paper plates. I think I'm going to have plastic forks, okay, for you to grab this with, but I'm going to see what happens. So there is going to be steam, okay, the machine is going to be hot, so you really do have to be careful about getting a steam burn, okay, or just getting burnt from the machine itself. Don't go grabbing and touching it, okay. I'm going to let it do its magic. I see steam all over on the top. I see the steam rising. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that on the video. And I'm thinking that the light should go on once they're done. So it's gonna depend on the crispiness that you actually want your waffle. So it goes from 1 to 5. I have it between 3 and 4, more at the number 4. So I'm hoping, let me look at the directions, that that's what's supposed to happen, that the green light is going to go on. Yes, so the green light signals when waffle maker is ready to bake and waffles are cooked and ready to eat. So it's just a waiting game. This is another reason why we do this in 2 days, because it's a time thing. We're gonna do this probably 4 or maybe 5 times, depending on how many people are in your group. I'd rather you all ate at the same time as well. So still no light. I feel like it's taken a long time, but I believe it's usually when the steam stops that the waffles are done. I just don't want an alarm to go off. Yeah, I think that's done. Oh, and the light did just go on. So carefully pull that off. I think that was good. So I'm gonna go, so what happens is your batter thickens up. So I'm gonna do a full half cup. Whoops, and then I'm gonna just slowly pour it all around and then fill any empty pockets here. And that's that baking powder. And it may overflow a little bit. That's fine. Just clean it up later on. Oh, so they actually look very good, very crunchy. Oh, I'm very excited about this. If I was hungry, I would eat it. But you know what? I'm gonna save this for somebody to taste. Maybe my advisory. So I'm gonna show you this one last one, but you can see that this has thickened up a little bit. So what I may do when you're doing the recipe this day is just add a touch of milk, because it is thick, trying to get the batter out of the measuring cup. I'm gonna show you one more, because there's no need for you to see me do this 4 times. We could always have the oven on, keeping the waffles warm, so you can all sit like one big happy family, each group, so everybody can clean up and get everything done, so you can all sit together. And I'll take care of the waffle machines, making sure they get cleaned properly. So if you don't want it golden like this, but it was a little crunchy and now it's just softened up a little bit. If you were home, you could add some strawberries. We can add some chocolate chip morsels to the batter, but I'm not gonna do that here at school, because that just costs a little bit more money. And we wanna save that for some other ingredients. So like I said, a waiting game. Wait. Steam is almost done, so about when the steam stops is when the waffles are done. So we're getting very close. There's very light steam. I'm gonna say it's gonna happen within 6 or 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it did not go on. Come on. I feel like it's taken a little long, so I'm thinking it's like 3 minutes per waffle, but there still is a little bit of steam. And then we're done. Whoop, this is sour, you don't want to do that. And then you're gonna grab, pull it up. Beautiful. And there's your waffle sticks again. They should just pull right apart, or we'll have a little bit of a knife, or there's your fork. They are very hot, right? And I think we'll be able to do that probably 3 or 4 times. So is everybody gonna get 6 waffle sticks? No. So when your batter's done, you will divvy it up and see how many sticks that you get. So enjoy. You put a little bit of maple syrup on there and enjoy that with your group. So that is waffles with Mrs. Sauer. I hope you enjoy these. I love my new machine too. Yum.